All right, microphone check, microphone check. Therapy without a degree, chapter 41. Joe Fucarino in the house, your boy, whatever. She always cracks on me for saying your boy or whatever. I be coming up with shit. And then we got across from me, we got Hitomi Takata, Little Tomi, Hideki Matsui.
What's going on, guys?
She got a bunch of nicknames. We call her Hideki.
Hideki.
Her real name is Hitomi.
He's racist.
No, I mean, it wasn't me that came up with the nickname, all right?
Wait, what are you?
Half Dominican, half Japanese.
Okay.
Hideki, that fits.
I get it.
And then in between us, we got the infamous, the only, Emanny.
Am I infamous?
Yeah, infamous. There we go.
I guess.
And you know what works too is I think you did it on purpose. The only Emanny.
I'm really not the only Emanny.
That's what I wanted to ask you.
In my mind, I'm the only Emanny.
Have you ever met another Emanny?
I've met. Let's be totally honest.
Yeah.
My name isn't Emanny.
Okay.
Ooh, we got the juice.
It's Emanny.
Okay.
But what happened is when I first got into the game, I think it's like a real old manager of mine. He was like, yo, that name is boring as fuck. But he said something like, oh, you just sound super Puerto Rican or something. And he was like, you need to make it style, like put some style to it.
They have to be blunt like that, though.
So I was like, all right, whatever. So I'm sitting around, I'm like, all right, I'll just say Emanny or something. And I just stuck with it.
And you just stuck with it and just went from there on out. But now what do your people call you?
Sadly enough, most of my people call me Emanny. I think my mother, my girl, and my sisters might be the only people who don't call me Emanny.
So how is this said? It's
Emanny.
Emanny.
I mean, if you look at how it's
exactly.
spelled,
Yeah.
it's literally just Manny with an E in front of it. So it's Emanny.
That's what I see. I'm gonna keep it real. Like when I first even seen you, like I'm talking back, you know what I'm saying, music wise, and I'm reading it, and I didn't know. I was like, how do you like? It's gonna be a minute.
No.
But so you met other Emannys?
Yeah, there's a ton of them.
Yeah,
Because Emmanuel.
No, not because of Emmanuel,
okay.
and not because I don't like the name. I have like a cousin that I just don't really fuck with. And he's an Emmanuel. So it's like, I don't want to be called Emmanuel. I was like, no, I don't want to be called.
So it's like, whoa, Emmanuel. No, we're getting that up out of here.
No.
We're getting up out of here. But, all right, man. So you brought us to L.A.?
Yeah, I'm glad you guys came out. Sorry I had to deal with the horrible traffic.
Yeah, I thought motorcycles.
Yeah, you know what's the sad part is, I was going to tell you guys this. But then I thought, damn, they might be kind of mad. But then I thought, fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
So the fact that you guys are here is dope because it gives people a chance to see me in my element. It gives people a chance to hear me in my element.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to be in New York next week.
It's all good.
So we're gonna see you next week too.
See, so we could have done, but this is dope. And it was a last minute trip, so I had no idea that I would actually be there. But I'm glad you guys came out.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming through.
Appreciate it.
Like, you know what I'm
I don't
saying?
give girls pounds. So.
No, what are we doing?
We could have did one of these. I don't believe
that. Nah, because originally it was during Joe Budden's the pool party.
Yeah.
As far as it was just bad, so I was like, no, fuck it. I don't want to even go back and forth. Be like, oh, so when you come, we going out here.
Yeah, that was a bad time.
Yeah.
Not just the pool party. One of the guys who, like a mentor, he passed, and funny enough, his funeral was the day of the pool party. Oh, so shit. At first, I had booked my ticket for the pool party. I was like, I ain't about to miss that. And then he passed, and it just so happened that they had put the funeral on that same day.
Wow,
so
terrible.
It worked out. I mean, it's terrible, but it worked out because I really wanted to be there, and it was so last minute that if I didn't have that ticket already booked, I don't think I would have been there.
God.
Yeah.
So that was just a real crazy trip for me.
It's fucked up. It shit happens for a reason.
Yeah, but I'm just glad that I was there.
So. Yeah, of course.
But yeah, it is what it is now, man. And once you said the album September 18th, I said to them, I was like, yo, I mean, we gotta, you know what I'm saying? We gotta do it. Mm-hmm. And it worked out. It was dope.
Yeah, it was perfect.
I haven't seen a smoothie yet.
You know what's funny? I had one.
Oh, you
earlier today?
It's out there.
This is my first smoothie.
What type of smoothie though?
It's a vegan smoothie.
No, it's not a vegan.
Are those jokes? Bro, I forget. Like, listen, I think you're vegan now because of them.
No. What's funny is I tried and
how long did you try?
It was at least a good 3 months.
Oh, wow,
like hardcore, where I was really sticking to it, and then fucking Joe Budden's my ass calls me for tour, and we go on tour, and there's no way that I could have been vegan on tour. That didn't even cross my mind. So once that happened, that fucked me up. But I had been I like cut out certain things. Like I had stopped eating red meat about a year ago, and continued that up. So coming out here, like my friends have the jokes of you trying to be fake healthy and all this other shit.
Yeah,
So
they making the jokes.
I do my wheatgrass every day.
I love wheatgrass.
I do work out now. I do hike and do bonfires and all that corny shit that us so-called LA people do. So,
but that's what I was looking for. It was funny because like I passed through it. I had to go to Bakersfield once, but it was my first time like out here. So that's what I said last night. I was like, I haven't seen one smoothie yet. I seen one gym. I seen LA Fitness, but
every spot got a smoothie. Every spot, everywhere. The gas station, the little delis, everywhere.
What was in your smoothie though?
I'm
curious.
I had a peanut butter and banana whey protein.
Okay. So you are trying to.
I'm trying to get bulked up. I'm trying to, I've been this size since high school. It's time to look somewhat a little different.
I'll give you a little bit. Just
listen, please help, please.
I mean, we can work something out that way.
It's hard,
you know what I'm saying?
It's hard. It's funny because when I first got out here, I had put on some weight, like out of nowhere. I think within like the first 3-4 months, just put on a lot of weight, and then
Why? Because you were going to Roscoe's every day?
No, I wasn't doing it. And it's funny, I don't like Roscoe's. I hate to say that. Like, I'm not big on Roscoe's.
We had that earlier, and like
we were in heaven.
We haven't eaten after that.
I thought that shit was
How do you top that?
You know what it is? I'm such a Harlem head. Like when it comes to eating food, like especially soul food, like Southern food, that like the Sylvia's and the Amy Roofs and certain other places, that I'm so used to that when I got here, I was like, wait, this is what y'all going crazy about? These bum ass grits and hard ass waffles? This is not.
Damn.
My waffle was soft.
Right,
I don't know.
Maybe I get it. Maybe I always get a bad batch. Next stop is definitely Harlem. My trip, I plan on being in Harlem every minute of it.
The whole time, right?
I love Harlem.
That's a good way to gain weight.
Yeah, I need it. I need to gain it back.
Yeah, nah, shit. Me, I walk by food, I gain weight.
This guy.
I need that problem. I really do.
For real, because I'm not even I'm not an eater like that. I just eat the wrong shit, but I don't that was the last thing I think we ate.
Yeah, but you can't top that.
No, you
can't.
Because
all you have here is Subways. Like, that's it?
No, we have Subways. We have like In-N-Out. We have Carl's.
Is that like a fake Burger King?
It's like, yeah.
Okay.
Like if In-N-Out was McDonald's, Carl's was like Burger King.
Oh.
And you have
In-N-Out was McDonald's.
No.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
But listen, I don't like In-N-Out either. I really don't.
That's why you skinny.
I'm not big on the food.
What the hell are you eating?
I eat damn
ramen noodle soup.
No, I eat freaking little small chickens and
little shit.
And little small shit. So
that's good though.
I mean, I feel better. I feel healthier. My body feels different. Back home, I was a guy who ate steak and pork chops every night.
Ooh.
Every night, and I cook. And I enjoy cooking, so I was cooking and every night. But I would go to bed with headaches, and I wake up and feel horrible. Now I get out here and just change my whole habit. So makes me feel better. So I'll take the jokes. I'll take my friends making jokes.
You vegan and shit.
Yeah,
I can imagine like when y'all go out to eat and shit.
Yeah, they're always making fun of me. It's cool.
Now, but with LA, like, is this home now, or is?
It's mentally, it's home. New York is just, no matter how long I stay away from New York, the minute I get off the plane, I'm comfortable. I feel like I've never left. I'm back in my zone. So it's not, that would never not be home. But mentally, I'm so far away from it though. It's not something I think about. It's not something I miss. It's not something that I sit back and be like, damn, I wish I was in New York right now. Like, I might have had that moment once since I've been out here. Other than that, I'm totally comfortable with being here.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like for long term, like you thinking.
I never see me living in New York again.
Oh, okay.
No, I can't say that I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Where I'm at mentally, I never see me living in New York again.
Okay.
I couldn't.
Yeah. That was very different. I don't know. I've always thought myself, like, if I could go somewhere this far, I don't know. Like, for me, what it is, the only thing that holds me is, like, friends and family. Like, even though, like, I know they come and go tomorrow, but that's what keeps me. That's why I don't like, it's hard sometimes because it would, like, trap me from going and living my life and like that. Yeah. But I'm like, shit, like, well, I mean.
But you know, it's the dope thing about, because I at first that was kind of like my thing, like, damn, I'm leaving. You know, my youngest son is in New York. Yeah. So leaving him in New York was, you know, and our relationship isn't at a great point. So leaving him there was kind of like that was the biggest thing. Me leaving New York was like, my son's here.
Damn.
But if I have to leave, I have to leave because I'm not happy here. I gotta go.
Yeah.
As far as the friends and the family go, I have such dope friends and family that they all do their thing. Mm. And whenever I watch them and how they move, I'm motivated to move like how I want to move. Because we don't rely on each other to see each other. Like, if we see each other, it's all fun. We have a good time.
Yeah.
But we don't rely on that relationship to stay a certain way. Like,
of course.
My best friend, we can go like weeks, months without speaking. And then when we get back on the phone, it's like...
Nothing ever changed.
Yeah, and he was in New York, and him and his family moved to Oakland. So...
Yeah,
that's perfect.
It's weird how like
you gotta follow your own heart and your own mind and go where you go. Your friends are gonna be your friends whether you see them every day or not, and that's how I looked at it.
Yeah, cool.
That's what it was for me.
Yeah, no, I'm all about that. Like that's just because we always say that on our podcast. You know, like it's all about you at the end. Like self-assessment. You know, you have to worry about because if you're not happy, that's the thing. Like if you obviously New York does not make you happy. So with that, it's like why even? It's not even a thought.
And New York was a crutch. You know, friends. A lot of my friends were a crutch. You know, there were moments where, you know, through depression or through anything, any moment, I knew I could go ahead and run to my friends. I could pop up at Joe's house at any moment and get away from my reality. And while in that moment it's cool, but you're not really allowing yourself to face what's eating at you head on. So
and grow.
Yeah, and that's what it was. At a certain point, I woke up and was like, you know what? I'm just too comfortable here. It's just too easy. I need to motivate myself to do a little bit more and not just get too complacent where I was at. I was real complacent.
Yeah, comfortable.
Here it got me. It put that drive back in. Yeah.
Survival mode.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I see that because, you know, obviously Insta Snap and stuff. Mm-hmm. You in the studio every day. It seems like.
I think, like I said, the last year, we've been in the studio, if not every day, every other day. We've been in here. Like, we work. And for anyone who doesn't know, we don't own a studio. Okay. We pay. So, imagine paying every day to be in here, $200, $300. Like, this shit is, and independently. There's no label. Yeah, there's no budget. There's nobody coming and saying, yo, here, you get some free days for this and this and this and that. And, you know, but the passion is just so strong for it that if I'm not in the studio, I feel like, what the hell am I doing? Like, you know, even though Kobe might not be in the league, Kobe's still in the gym. Yeah, he's still putting up shots. Yep. So for me, this is...
If I had your voice, I would sleep here too. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you wouldn't.
You don't think so?
Everyone says that.
Because it gets hot.
But no, it's funny. Everyone says that, but I feel like when you have the gift, it's just a part of you. Like you guys have your individual gifts that I don't have, and it's something that I can watch and be like, damn, I wish I had that. Or damn, that's how it is with vocals. That's how it is with, like, a lot of rappers come to me and say, damn, I wish I could sing like you. I would get all the women. And I'm in my mind like, nigga, I wish I could rap. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. So to each their own. Like everyone has their own gift. Everyone has their something that they just can.
I don't take this. I mean, I do take my artistry serious, but I don't take this artist shit too serious. Like, I'm not the guy who's gonna be funny with you or feel like, yo, I can sing. So show me a certain level of maybe that's my gift and my curse. I think a lot of people say, yo, that's the great humble side of you, but then the curse is you don't have that cocky, confident shit once you walk in the room. You just really have that normal, real chill vibe. Yeah. And in this industry, a lot of people want to see the extra shit. They want their singers to be the shirt off while out singing. It's just not.
But that's not you. And
I can't do it.
Yeah, I can tell just from like being a fan and everything like that. That's not you. So
Yeah.
I don't get how people can do that. How artists and you see them and they're just not them.
Well, I can see it. I can see how, and I can see why. And I don't knock anyone who does. It's just that's them, and they're able to go to that point. I've tried it. I've tried to act at certain points. Like I've had moments where I've had old managers take me into labels, and I'd be like, "All right, it's time to turn it on. It's time to be that actor. It's time to do this." And I walk in and be like, "Oh fuck, I can't do this shit.
Yeah,
it just don't feel right. It's just not me." So
it's not real.
Yeah, I fucked up a lot of opportunities not being able to act when I was supposed to act, but it got me here, and the artist that I am today, I'm totally happy with.
100%. Everything happens for a reason.
Definitely.
I'm a firm believer in that.
Definitely.
Like the roads, that shit. Like even if you walk away from something, whatever, you feel the vibes. I'm all about vibes too, man. If the vibe ain't right.
Yeah, I mean, if I'll say it this way, if I would have been that guy, I don't believe I would have my sons. I don't believe I would be with the woman I'm with now. I don't believe I would be as professional as I am now. I don't think that I would have the loved ones that I have around me. I definitely could see me being a totally different person and someone that a lot of people didn't like. So
you can see that route.
Yeah, I definitely saw it. I was that guy at a certain point, 22, 23, I was an asshole. I thought I was the shit. I was a thotty. I was King Thotty.
Well, it was funny because we were listening to your music before me. We were listening to I'm Not Perfect.
Okay.
She wants to know what happened. I mean, but it was just funny just to bring that up.
Joe, you gotta get some drinks for me because I want to ask him, like, yo, there's a lot of emotion in that song. What the fuck did you do?
You know what's so crazy is I didn't do anything at that moment.
Okay.
My friend and a producer I work with a lot, Remo, he had the record. He had the beat and the melody already laid out. He had no words.
Oh, okay.
So I come in, and he plays, he's like, yo, what you think you can do with this? I'm like, all right, let me see. And I just thought back to every girl that I had dealt with before that. Like, you know how like a lot of guys, they get into relationships and they like to say, well, this didn't work out because Shorty was whack. And Shorty was crazy. This and this and this and that. And to be very honest, I've dealt with a lot of great girls. They weren't all whack and crazy. Some of them were. But a lot of them were quality girls. But shit went wrong because I just wasn't able to take advantage of those people. Like I wasn't able to actually be good to them.
Be good to that type of person.
Yeah. And it wasn't because I was a bad guy. It was just because mentally I wasn't in that space. And I acknowledged that. I never verbally said it to them. So I said, you know what, let me make this song be about any girl that felt like I did them dirty. Who know they're good girls. A lot of them, they know they ain't shit. But the good girls who ain't good, this song is for y'all. You know, I'm not perfect. This is not so much of an apology. This is not so much of an excuse, but this is just the fact of what it is. I'm not perfect. I acknowledge my faults.
I think it takes a lot to acknowledge that, though.
It takes a lot of growth. It takes a lot of humility. It takes a lot of understanding. A lot of guys ain't willing to go ahead and be that vulnerable and speak from that point of view. And I was like, you know, I gotta be able to. You know, when I fell in love with R&B, I fell in love with, you know, the Prince and the Michaels and Babyface, and those guys were 100% vulnerable. And that's what I was aiming for. You know, the time that I first started singing, as far as artist-wise, it was, you know, Neo, Trey Songz. And Neo had a touch of that.
Yeah.
Trey had just always been the sex guy. He drove sex into your head. You know, he might give you a vulnerable moment, but that wasn't his overall persona. He was like the new age R. Kelly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You knew him.
Right. And I said, you know what? There has to be a flip side. So I'm going to be the new age baby face. I'm going to be the vulnerable guy. I'm going to be the guy that beg. I'm going to be the guy that says when he's wrong.
Back to being real.
Yeah. So
that's
what I decided to stick with, and that's
it works.
For me it works. I couldn't do anything different.
Yeah.
So it's just who I am.
This project actually had a lot of growth between that, Gone Too Soon.
Mm-hmm.
That was like I read some of you put like that was I think when you released it or when you
Talk about vulnerable, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you straight up said it's the first time, you know, so there's a lot of growth just from that, you know, just with the intro, and that's putting that out there, and that's growth.
I think it's good that I finally got there, but it was something I wanted to do a long time ago. But I just didn't have the ideas. I didn't have the mental capacity to do it. I wasn't comfortable enough to do it. I was always one of those guys like, oh, I don't ever want to make a song about my kids or my dad or this and this and that, and it not be amazing. Because if it's not amazing, then you kind of let them down.
Yeah.
But then when I got into this space, I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this for anyone else. Like, this project, September 18th, I did for no one but myself. Like, that's the honest truth. I didn't do this and come in the studio and say, yo, you know what? They're going to like this song, but they might not like this. Let me do. Like, I came in here and just did what I wanted to do. If I had more time, I probably would have done way more. But it was, you know, I had first thought of that idea in top of August.
Okay, and that's when you thought about it. So I was going to ask you, what made you think? Because this is different too from what you've done. And
because I put out Blackheart in February.
Yeah.
And my issue has been not being consistent with my projects. I've always put out a project a year. Like, I put out 7 projects in 5 years.
Yeah.
But even in that, I feel like I should have put out more music.
That's work, man.
But
I feel like you're consistent. I mean, I don't know.
In this day and age, if we were talking about 90s, we were talking about early 2000s, I'm hella consistent. I'm like, as consistent as it comes.
I mean, maybe because I'm still used to that.
But we in a time where music is so dispensable, and you hear something today and you hear something new tomorrow, that if you're not on top of it every moment, you know, you get lost. And especially when you're in a position I'm in. I don't have a label. I don't have this big marketing team. Well, I have the actual marketing team now, but I don't traditionally have that. So I have to work 10 times harder. So giving a person a project a year isn't shit.
You're saying that you're hiring? Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much. Listen. I'm one of those guys where if I'm allowed to work at that capacity, as far as, you know, with the team there and this and that, I'll bust my ass.
You be honest.
But, you know, I can only do with what I'm working with. And that was one of my worries. So as August came about, I was like, damn, I gotta put out another project. I said, you know what? This is the perfect time to drop something on my birthday. Of course. It doesn't have to be a full project. People are barely listening to 10, 12 song albums anyway. I drop an EP, and at least this way I do what I want to do.
Of course.
And my worry was people will listen to it and not like it because
it was too real. What?
Nah. You know what? My thing was people who listen to me, expect me to make music strictly dealing with the female interaction.
Okay.
And that's all.
I don't know, because, man, even me, like, as a fan, I didn't box you into that. But I don't know why. I mean, now it's funny that I don't know why. I think
because there's so many different categories to look at me when you.
I
hate the word. Let me not say fan. I hate the word fan. Let me just say an Emanny supporter is either listening to Emanny because of, one, they actually genuinely find out about me through whatever source, and they like my music.
Okay.
Or you have the Emanny supporter who's heard me through Joe Jadakiss. And that's how they became a fan. And they continue to listen, but they really connect me to those guys. So,
okay, I got what you're saying.
And then you have the other side who they only really want to hear me in a certain space.
But you're forgetting one side. You're forgetting about the females.
Now, there's another thing. Surprisingly enough, like I'm totally into stats and all that. Like, I've done the stats for myself.
Yeah.
Most of my support comes from the male side. And people will be surprised, like, oh, like, I've done the charts, I've done the demographics.
Yeah.
We
like that shit. I don't know. I'm like, yo, I be jamming.
But it's because a lot of times my music either deals from directly from the male perspective, or the attachment is they've learned about me through Joe Jadakiss.
Okay.
So when you're coming from that and you're able to pull from that, you know, let's just say I go do a show with Joe, and there's a crowd of 10,000 people and 9,000 of them are men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can predict that I will probably be able to pull, a half of that into becoming an Emanny listener, not a supporter, just someone who actually pay attention to the music. Now I have to figure out a way to now disconnect myself from just that attachment and bring you into my world. Because when I do records with Joe and Kiss, it's been street shit or it's been introspective shit. It's rarely ever been girl records.
So that's why I don't box you. As we're talking, because
right,
I got you from Joe.
Right.
So that's why. But then I went full support. You know what had me go in? I want to see if you can guess the track. Just guess. What got me like a full Emanny supporter?
How's he gonna know?
No, just a guess. I'm just curious.
We've done so many fucking records. So many. Oh my God. I would say All of Me, but it's kind of like one of the first ones. I really have no clue. No.
Only Human. A little later.
Oh, yeah.
That was yeah. I mean, I was a supporter right before, but Only Human, man, I was like, all right, it's over. Like,
Only Human, it's so funny because I think I was trying to not be on any song on that album. I was trying my best. Like, I had a lot of involvement on the album.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to be on any song because at a certain point, I was feeling like, you know what, his hardcore fans were kind of like tired of the combination. Me on the hook and him doing. But a lot of people also enjoy it. So Joe's kind of like, I don't give a fuck what they tired of. We're going to do what the fuck they do. So when I did the vocals for Only Human, me and my best friend Karan, we were creating the song while he was in the studio doing something else. Mm-hmm. So I laid the reference and I put the vocals and I said, yo, I'm going to put the vocals, but let's try to get someone else. Let's try to get like a Tank. Let's try to get Tyrese. Let's try to get somebody with a church, more of a soulful blend. to get, man. So we were trying. Mm-hmm. We going to get we trying. And it got down to the last second and it was like, all right, we can't get them. So fuck it. Just leave it on. And it turned out to be a dope record. We've had a couple of instances of that. Actually, the You and I record that we did on No One Else.
That was actually, I think, my first one that got me intrigued. Because what happened, I didn't catch All of Me when All of Me dropped. I had a gap of like no internet in my life. I mean, shit times are hard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to keep it real. Like, I had to catch up to music. Like,
right.
So, whatever. You and I was actually me and my ex's song. Like, that was my ringtone.
I wasn't supposed to be on that. Actually, I did that record and I said, yo, Neo or Lloyd would sound amazing on this. And we got Lloyd. Lloyd did the vocals.
He did it, man.
No, it was dope. But he did it overseas and we had a deadline and he couldn't send his session back or something. It was like something that happened.
Wow, that's crazy.
And I was like, yo, you know what? Fuck it. Just leave my vocals on.
That shit was hard as hell. And how
it turned out to be really dope records.
I don't know how Only Human y'all could have like debate. Like after it was shit was hard, man.
Nah.
You're not too crazy about that one?
No, I love the record. I'm just, we've done so many records together and Joe has done everything he could as an artist within himself to shine a light on my talent.
Of course, yeah.
So at a certain point, it was kind of like, we have to grow into a different space.
Of course, yeah.
I want people to still enjoy what we do, but I also, it's like when you look at Drake and Weeknd. Drake in the Weeknd, in the very beginning of the Weeknd's career, was very synonymous with Drake. Mm-hmm. You almost paired the two. But at a certain point,
that XO.
Right. But at a certain point, the Weeknd became the Weeknd to the point where we don't care if he do a song with Drake or not now. We just love him for his
household name.
That's where the beef came from.
Right. So, that's more or less the thing of where I viewed it from was, I want you guys to love what we do. But I also want you to look at what I do and still see the talent in that. Because what I do is totally different from when me and him link up.
Yeah, it's completely, it's
totally different. I want you guys to see the versatility. Like, the records I've done with Jadakiss, totally different. The records I've done with Emilio Rojas, totally different. All different sets of things that I can do. But as far as for my brand, I want you guys to pay attention to that. Because if you guys aren't paying attention to that, then you put me in a box of just being this feature guy. And You know, the one thing I've never been is just the guy you call for a hook. A lot of people might think that, oh, Emanny just gets, yo, come do this hook. No, I'm there to help create the beat. I'm there to write the hook. I lay vocals. I might help with your melody. I do all of that. So that was my biggest thing, is people seeing that at some point and not just boxing me as this hook guy. And
it was a great time, you know, at that point, like around that. If you guys were thinking about that around Some Love Lost, it's like that perfect time. Like, okay. And then I see, you know, obviously y'all kept that. You know, the same thing throughout. Like, yo, we still cool, but, you know, it's time to...
Yeah, that's me. You know, that's a brotherhood. I don't call many people that. Not just him, just you know, our friend, our circle of friends. That's a brotherhood. Yeah. You know, I don't need to talk to them every day to know that those are still my brothers. I don't need to, you know, I don't want people to feel like, oh, Emanny and Joe relationship is this. No, it's Emanny and all of those guys. We all moving the same.
Right.
And, you know, we have to do our best to allow other people to see that as well.
Yeah.
So that's what it
that makes sense. Yeah.
I think that's good. I mean, because from what I see as a normal, you know, citizen class, you know, that it's hard out there for you guys to have certain relationships that we have that sometimes we take advantage of. Right. You know, to just sit down with Erica or with Joe and be like, yo, something happened to me. Right. You know, like, to find a brotherhood, like you said, in this industry, like, that's pretty fucking awesome. You know?
Yeah, I've maintained some good relationships with some good guys. Like, you know, anytime that I get a chance to speak up on Jadakiss, Styles, and Chic and them guys, my old manager Danny and Kurt, Rap, and Ice Pick, rest in peace. Those guys were like, they hit me to the game. Like, before that, I was in the industry and doing some things, whatever, but they like really hipped me to the game.
They put you on.
And even after us no longer working with each other, it's always been love. Like, when I go back home, those are the first guys I'm going to see. Like, like,
so it's a family type shit.
Yeah, it's family. It's really a brotherhood of guys that no matter what, that respect is always there. You know, we go through ups and downs personally, but it'll never be enough to where I just can't give you that respect. And still have that same genuine love for you. If I have that love for you from the jump, I'm not going to lose it. You know, even if we don't speak to a level, even if we don't mesh like how we used to mesh 2 years ago.
It's still going to be.
It's still there. You know,
you don't lose that once that develops. It doesn't.
Yeah, and it took me a while to build that with the people I built it with. I've known Joe since maybe 2007, 2008.
Yeah, that's when y'all and me came.
Yeah, and we didn't really get like cool. Maybe until like 2011, 2012, to where it was like, all right, I'm going to hang out with Joe. And before that, it was like, all right, I see you work. We'll go to studio, cool, but it takes me time to really like bring somebody in. And then once I bring you in, you're in. And if by chance you're out, it's because I've reached a level to where I have lost all respect for you. And yeah,
you know, I'm similar to that too. I don't have like, you know, got like a couple people, a handful, and then the type. Yeah. For all that extra, you know, shit, I got too much going on, too much lights.
Too much to just have pointless people around.
100%. When I first started listening, because it was, like I said, my internet was really rough growing up. Like at first, and also, I'm the type of fan of Joe that I just download everything. I don't even look like at names or whatever. So sometimes I'm not even looking at the title of the song. I even look at the features. Yo, I thought you were different people.
Yeah, a lot of people used to say that. I remember the first like real national record I did, which was with Jadakiss, which is the Hold You Down record.
Hold You Down.
I remember going to the video shoot, and it's the funniest shit. And we did like one scene at this place called 5 Points. It's not there anymore. It was like a beautiful graffiti spot in Brooklyn. Okay. Is it Brooklyn or Queens? I think it was Queens. Whatever. Either way, it's not there anymore. But we did the first scene there, totally by ourselves, everything there, cool. We go to the next scene, which was like a party scene with a bunch of chicks and this and that. It's a rock. And the girls were, they put me in my spot, and the girls were like, oh, where's Neo? I'm like, wait, they think I'm Neo. Oh, fuck.
How did you feel?
Honestly,
Yeah.
there was two feelings. There was, damn, they think this is dope enough to where they think Neo's doing it because Neo's dope. At the end of the day. Of course. Yeah, at that moment, I'm like, oh, you guys compared me to someone that I respect. Like, I have a huge respect for that guy. So it was a great comparison. Mm-hmm. But then it was like, you motherfuckers, you don't see it says Hold You Down featuring Emanny. Like Def Jam, Hot 97 went out their way. Jada went out their way to make sure it said featuring Emanny. Because at the time, I'm Jada's artist. So he's invested into making sure the world knows that this is Emanny. Yeah. So when I walk on set, I'm thinking, they know this is Emanny. Like, man, I got there, caught a rude awakening. But it was cool.
Where's Neo?
Yeah. Oh my God.
You his friend?
You know what's so funny? It's so funny because I was at a spot the other day, like a little showcase, and Neo was there. And anytime, like, I think I've seen him out and about a couple of times. Anytime I see him, like, you motherfucker. Like, Neo's like Neo is, if, let's just say by chance, I never, like, make that super stardom or that super acclaim, I think it's because Neo came first. Like I look at him and I'm like, yo, that guy is so talented. Like I see so much of what I was and worked to be and am still trying to be, and how he moves and the things that he creates. And I was like, damn, he beat me to the punch. He beat me to it.
But I feel yours more.
I agree with Joe on that. Yeah.
But
I feel it.
Everyone has their taste. But that guy is that guy for a reason.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So you have to give that respect.
Oh, of course.
So when I watch it, I'm kind of like, it's a like I remember at a certain point when Neo was quiet, and I went to a couple of labels, and they were like, yo, well, who's your competition? Who's the guy that you want to, you want to really take the reins? And I'm like, Neo. And not in a negative way. I'm saying that because that's what I want to work towards as far as creatively. And they're like, Neo? Oh no, he's done. And you gotta go at Chris. You gotta go for Trey. And this and I'm like, no, y'all don't understand why I'm saying that.
Right.
My respect level for his craft is that high that that's the guy that I want us to be in a room and feel like, all right, we're one of the same. Because I know we're one of the same.
Yeah.
We want to be looked at as one.
It's when I hear Kiss and when I hear Joe and them talk about how they feel about rapping, their biggest thing was they wanted that respect from their peers. Mm-hmm. Like Kiss and them wanted Cool G rap and Rakim and them guys be like, nigga, you tight. Joe wanted the M's in them to be like, nigga, you tight. I want that same thing from the guys that I deem to be just creatively amazing. And Neil's one of those guys, Babyface is one of those guys. It's not really too many that I kind of like admire in that space.
Right.
But yeah, those guys are just like
that. Yeah.
For me, that was it.
Yeah.
So yeah, anytime I see him out and doing this thing, I'm like, like in a cut, I'm like inspired, but then I'm like, damn, I gotta.
It's a little bit of both. Yeah,
I gotta get there. Yeah.
And then when it gets to that point, you just tell him what's up. It'll be a funny conversation.
You know the greatest. I think the greatest thing, because I think that there's people who are watching me doing that. I do believe that there's somebody who is watching me work and saying, yo, I want to get to that Emanny level. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not realizing that as you're saying that about me, I'm now saying that about the next. And Neo saying that about the guy above him. And that's what keeps us going. That's what keeps great artistry going, is that push, that inspiration to want to be better. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have that and you just think that you're going to always be that top guy, then you got it fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, even Michael, who was the top guy, was inspired to be, you know, the next James Brown or the next something or the next Jackie Wilson. So you got to keep that.
You want to know what's funny?
Go ahead.
When I first put her onto your music, she thought you were Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think two people. But she straight. We were in the gym. I remember that. She thought you were Michael.
I was like, who's this guy?
I'm obsessive with how much I study Michael. Like in this studio where we at, this screen, the very first thing I do is I go to YouTube.
That was gonna be my question.
And I play Michael. I play Michael Jackson's Bad Tour. Every session. Doesn't matter.
You heard it here first, guys.
I am obsessed, not with Michael. I'm obsessed with studying him. He is the complete artist to me.
Package.
That's so interesting.
He's it. And you know, you this is all practice. Being in the studio, watching. Like I'll be at home because I have insomnia, so I'm up all night, and my girl will be knocked out, and I'll just be on YouTube watching, just watching everything. I'll watch it over and over again until I might see something different, or I might say, you know what? Okay, I gotta do this, or just different things.
So how's your moonwalk?
You know what's so funny? You know what's funny? People will never know, but I can dance.
What?
Like I can dance. I can do all that other little shit that these people. I can do it. It just doesn't match my music. So it's like I'm not gonna force myself.
You're not gonna put that in. Yeah, it doesn't. I've never seen you. Why start like?
Yeah, but I can. You I'm alright. I got a mean moonwalk. I got a mean everything. So I'm cool.
Alright. That's funny. She's like, you moonwalk. But that's how you got to do it, man. Who do you listen to?
No one.
No one?
No.
Like,
I'll be very honest. As far as current guys, I don't
anything. Like, what's in your phone?
I'm joking.
You gotta like show like one song or.
This is my music file. And it's nothing but Blackheart, September 18th, and the new project I'm working on.
That's real.
I don't have any music in my... I don't want to listen to no one.
That's real.
Like, I might hear stuff in passing. I might hear stuff. I'm online. It might click. But as far as, like, going out my way to listen, I'll be very honest with you. At home, I don't listen to music at all. Like, while I'm home, I barely put on the TV. I'm usually on YouTube watching interviews, watching, little historical shit, watching documentaries on... Like, I'm not really into... listening others at this point in my life.
I was gonna say, when did that turn? Like
it's been recent. It's probably been maybe the past 2 years. So I got to a point I was like, you know what? I think I listened to Justin's 2020. No, really? I listened to his Future Sex Love Sounds album yesterday, and then today I listened to 2020. I don't know why. I was just like, I love those albums. I'm like, let me go back to it. Because now as I'm creating songs about her 3, I want to build it sonically. So I was like, you know what, let me go listen back, not for the songs, but for the sonics of it, to see what can I take from that and build into my own. So
that's hard.
Now at this point, I don't even listen to music just for the enjoyment. Like I'm trying to take something.
It's for work. Yeah,
it's work.
It's funny. I kind of can understand that method only because, like, I used to listen to podcasts like all the time, and then as I noticed as we started doing ours, I'm like forgetting about it, not on purpose, but just forgetting about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I still love it, or whatever. I still want to listen to it, but I'm not like on it like at 10 p.m. or whatever time it drops, just because it's like your focus, your energy is there.
Yeah. And
I have been sometimes listening to other ones, but that's just to catch. Okay, they doing that. Like. Kind of work, but still entertainment.
Right.
It's like that slow progression, but I guess I can understand that.
I'm so removed from listening to music just for the entertainment sake, and I want to get that back at some point. I don't want to lose that.
That's part of you said. That's what something you love.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You're not missing much. All this new shit that's happening. I don't know what happened. You're not missing much.
But you know what though? Even if you miss one dope project, like I heard the Daniel Caesar project is really dope. On an R&B level, and I haven't heard that yet.
Yeah, I like it.
I want to listen to it, but I'm so scared that when I listen to it, it might influence what I'm doing.
That makes sense.
So I said, you know what? Let me stay away from it because I see that's what everyone's gravitating to. So let me stay away from it because I know I'm going to hear it. I'm probably going to enjoy it, and it's probably going to go ahead and bounce off into my own shit. So that's kind of why I stay away from,
that makes sense.
A lot of it.
Because for some reason, maybe not even on purpose, but you're just going to maybe catch something. It's going to maybe something's going to stick because you like it so much.
As far as hip hop goes, like the last artist that like Kendrick is, I'll listen to whatever he drops. Kendrick to me Kendrick is probably going to, Big, there's Big for me.
Okay.
And there's Kendrick.
A word?
Yeah, like I'm that impressed by him as an artist.
As an artist, okay.
Did that happen here in LA or were you?
No. This happened
in New York.
This happened You know, it's funny. I didn't hear the first album. I didn't pay the first album. I heard Section 80, and then I didn't pay the first album any mind. I was kind of like, whatever. Because a lot of people was hyping it.
Yeah.
I was like, whenever they do that, it kind of fucks me up. And then I said, you know, I'm going to listen to Pimp a Butterfly. I only listened to it because I liked the title of the album. So I was like, yo, that's kind of fly. Let me go see what this sounds like. And I turn on the fucking album and it's like, oh, it's just sonically and everything he was doing. It wasn't even like listening to a rapper. It was just listening to like a man of music. Like he just had everything in the pocket. And I was like, all right, this dude is crazy. Then I went back and listened to the first album. And I'm a big fan of storytellers. Like when you can...
Me too.
Michael, I loved Michael and I loved Kanye so much because I loved how they can take an album and keep a concept, keep a concept going in the album, but each song was different. You didn't hear any replication in any record. And Kanye is amazing at that. Michael was like the king of that. And then Kendrick was like, oh, you're like on that level. Like, no, you're on that level.
I don't know why. I love hip hop. I tried. I even tried to force myself, and I just can't. I don't know why. I don't know what I'm missing with Kendrick. I don't know what it is or what's. I tried. I just can't.
Kendrick reminds me of. See, I like a lot of funk music. I like a lot of Parliament. I like a lot of George Clinton and shit. Yeah. So he gave me that vibe. Like he's like really like a mind that like there's no limits. Like I'll be real honest. Like I have some type of limits in here. There's at moments I kind of like block out because I'm like I don't want to do that. I'm trying to get past that point. Okay. I know when that man goes into the studio,
limits are off.
There's no limits. Those guys like Kanye, Mike, Prince, those guys had no fucking limits.
You just walk in the room and just flow.
It's amazing. It's amazing. They didn't have no topic was off. That was a lot of the reason why I had such a respect for working with Joe. Joe could write a song about anything. Anything. And I was like, yo, that's fucking dope. Yeah, like to be able to just turn anything into a concept. Like I remember one time, it's like 2008, and he's like, yo, we gonna make a song about holidays. Like, holidays?
You look at him like...
I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, let's make up a hook about the holidays. And I want to be dissing the holidays. I'm like...
You want to be dissing it? Okay.
I'm like... Then we created a song called Happy Holidays. Yeah. And I'm like... And it was dope. And it made a total sense. And I'm like...
It was just... The ideas, yeah.
Yeah, some genius shit. Yeah, I'm like, all right, cool. So I respect people with the thought they go into the studio and they have no fucking limits.
Right.
And you just go in, you just do it. I'm a huge Joe fan, and Kendrick, he has everything I like. I don't know why it doesn't connect, because that's all I love. Hip hop, like with lyricism. I love Slaughterhouse, everything. I love the storytelling. Big Eminem, like. So Kendrick has all of it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the voice.
Yeah, I think
it might be. I think everything's not. Every aspect of him isn't gonna be for everybody. So there might be that one thing that's keeping you from clicking. Yeah. Like, you know what? That's like with my Michael and Prince shit. The only reason why Prince isn't above Michael for me,
what's that?
It's because he couldn't just stand on stage and make the motherfuckers faint like Mike could. Like that was really like the deciding factor for me. Like they both were great vocally. They both could move. Prince wasn't like a guy who couldn't dance. He was a fucking mover on stage. He had a one up on Mike because as a player, he was a gigger. Like he can play.
Right.
He was all over the place.
He just didn't have the allure that Mike had. Mike, let me tell you. Mike walked into a room, and I it's a funny story I have, but a female friend of mine from London was friends with Michael Jackson. I don't mean like, oh, just whatever, like
me and you friends, right?
Yeah, like I was working at this camp called Fresh Air Fund, and we were counselors, and we met. And I was trying to hit on her. She had like a fat ass for a white girl. So I'm like, oh, look at this little,
Hey.
look at this little white girl with a fat ass.
Yo.
So
I'm being,
yeah, keep it real.
Yeah, so I'm trying to be a creep. And then
you're real.
She hears me sing. She's like, "Oh my God, you sound like Michael. Oh my God, Mike would love you. You need to meet Michael."
Oh my God.
I'm like, I wish I could fucking meet Michael. She's like, I need to set this up.
Does she talk like that for real?
Yeah. Yeah. And I used to be called LA back then. I'll explain why later. But it's like, LA, I need to set this up for you. You need to meet Michael. I'm like, how can I meet Michael? You know Michael? It's like, oh, we talk all the time. I'm like, the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like, yeah, you
so now I'm totally brushing off.
Because you just think it's completely bullshit.
Right. So she comes in, she's like, we used to have like breaks within each camp. And she comes in like, I just talked to Michael and he told me he's going to be in Harlem. He's doing like a rally with Al Sharpton. Let's go.
And you like...
No, in my mind, I'm thinking she probably wants to give me some pussy. So I'm like, oh!
Forget Michael.
I'm like...
Yeah, you're like, I'm in there.
I've never been with a white girl before. I'm like, oh, I'm about to get my first piece of white. And it's from London, some different... Yeah. Cool.
And but the MJ shit is not even... Like, you just still thinking it's...
I brush everything off.
See?
We get there. She hits me. And at the time, I was living in Queens. And she's like, oh, come meet me in Harlem. Come meet me on 125th Street. I'm like, oh, she really playing with this heart? She must have a hotel or something. I know she said she was staying in a hostel, but you gonna fucking hostel? Okay, cool.
And what year was this? Because it wasn't like the way it is now.
No. I was young. I was like 18, 17.
Yeah, so I was still...
Yeah, so go ahead. Get on the E train. Go all the way out. Get down to Harlem. And I'm looking bummy. Got like a big LA Dodgers hat and LA jersey. Yeah, I was going relax. She's like, oh, okay, we have to go here. And I'm like, she really playing this shit. We go and we get to 125th and 5th Ave. Yeah, we get to 125th and 5th Ave and I see a fucking ruckus. Tons of people outside. I'm like, yo, there must be something going on. She's like, okay, we have to go in there. And this is around the time that Michael was boycotting Tommy Mottola and Sony, and this is around the time of him dropping the Invincible album.
Oh wow!
And we go, and there's chairs and everything set up, and Michael's gonna be there. So I'm like, oh shit, she actually is taking me to see. But now I'm just thinking, okay, she knew about the Mike shit, so whatever, cool.
You didn't think the connect was there. You just say, okay, she knew.
Yeah. But honestly, the ass point was out of my mind because now I'm thinking, oh, at least I'm gonna actually be in a room to see Michael. Okay. I totally forgot about the whole ass shit.
Yeah, that point.
So we get
because you're like, okay, yeah. She probably knew what was going on around the block.
Man, we get in there, and we're sitting for a while, and Michael walks in. He walks to a podium.
Wow.
He waves to everyone, and then he sits down. And we're sitting in front. Funny enough, we're kind of like in front. Mm-hmm. And Michael sees her, and he's like, Claire. I'm like, whoa, shit! I swear to you, I grabbed her arm like this, like, oh, shit.
Yo, that's
you know fucking Michael.
Yo.
She's like, hey, I told you. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm sitting there. So now it goes from being like fucking fan to like, okay, what the fuck? I'm actually seeing Michael. He gets up, he goes to the podium, he starts talking about the industry and the different things that he was going through. And now I'm starting to pay attention to what he's saying because the shit he was saying was some important shit. So then at that point, I'm kind of like, I'm good. Mm-hmm. I might not ever get a chance to meet this man. I might not ever get a chance to sit in his presence. I might not ever get a chance to play music for him. But I got a chance to see him speak. And we're leaving. He starts to leave. And the bodyguard knew her.
Damn.
And said, come.
And that's when you know it's...
He grabs her by the arm and pulls her in. And she hugs Michael. And says, Michael, this is my friend L.A. He's such a beautiful, talented... Oh, hello. Beautiful to meet you. It walks off.
Oh my God.
Yo, but
I swear to you, at that moment, I I was cool. Like at that moment, like I had that for me was my peak of being a fan, like an actual fan.
Yeah.
After that point, I was like, I will never have this moment again. It's like using crack. Like crackheads will tell you.
I get
crackheads will tell you that first time you use crack is the greatest shit on earth, and you'll try to chase it for the rest of your life. That was crack at that moment for me. Like I was super high,
and that was natural.
I just left out of there, and I saw the people chasing after Mike's limo and everything, and I just stood there and I was cool. Like as much as I wanted to have that fan moment, like yo Michael, I said yo I'm good. Like
because you got that.
This is what I want to do. This business is what I want to be in. For that man who I've never met, never spoken to have that effect on me just through his music, it's amazing. So if I could be that in any way for anybody on earth, that's an amazing feeling.
That's hard. And like I said, it was natural. It wasn't like it was like on a meet and greet type of thing.
No,
you didn't think it was going to happen. Like you weren't even...
Question though. If you would have really believed her, would you still have worn your LA, shirt or jacket? Or
I would have went there looking like an artist. Because in my mind, I would have thought, oh, she really know Mike. She might be able to introduce me. She might be able to, I might be able to sing for him. I might be able to do this and that. I had like 2 condoms in my pocket.
Yeah, you were ready. You were ready.
I remember I had just cashed my check. Like I think I had like $300 or something because I used to get paid like $300 every 2 weeks from a fresh air fund.
Yeah. So
in my mind, I'm like, oh, if I need to cop a little hotel.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was cool.
You got it though. I mean,
I never got the ass though.
Damn.
I never got the ass.
What anything ever happened with her?
No. She's super cool. We're cool now.
Yeah, they're cool. Okay, so cool.
I don't think she knows that I was plotting on her ass. She don't know that. If she's gonna listen to this, she's gonna know.
Hey, I don't know. Sorry.
But I was 17, 18. Like that's what we do at that age.
Exactly.
Plot on her ass.
It's understandable.
Cool. Claire knows, and Claire, love you. Thank you so much for providing me with one of the most amazing moments of my life.
That's gotta be amazing. I can't imagine.
Word.
On some natural, like I'm saying, it's a different when it's like it's on some natural shit. Like she's a huge Drake fan.
Okay.
I am.
That's like, the lady coming in. Oh, tomorrow. Hey, I know Drake. Like, that's wild.
Which room? What'd you say?
But you're not even gonna believe it. Like that's the point. Like that's just.
It's.
Not until he's in my face.
When people, I don't care who you are. If you're able to provide that for anybody, that's amazing. Yeah. And when you work hard, like Drake works hard. These guys work hard. Like, I work hard, and I'm not doing half of the shit that they're doing. So I know how hard they're working. That's the best feeling. Like, the best feelings I've ever gotten off of music is having someone hit me and say, yo, thank you. Yo, like, that's it. Like, the money's great. The old vagina was great. The old, meet and greets and taking pictures. But when you have someone who doesn't give a fuck about none of that, just wants to say thank you, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, fuck everything else. I mean, that's why you do it. Yeah,
that's what you're here for. That's our only purpose. I don't, in life, that's our purpose, is to supply someone somewhere with something. I don't.
That's why we have this.
Yeah.
We are just for our listeners, anyone new that's listening to this right now. Just kind of break down what we do. It's called Therapy Without a Degree, and what we basically do is just help people who just need someone to talk to, some advice. Let's say you're going through something and you don't want to tell your girl. You don't want to tell your friends. It's just in there.
Yeah.
Who you want to talk to? But you want to talk to someone regular.
Right.
You don't want to just go sit down a therapist. I mean, they're great, real therapists, amazing, but you're not. Like, you feel like I can't relate.
I think people should really try hard to become their best therapist.
Their own best therapist.
Like I'm my own best therapist. I talk to myself. Okay. I told my girl the other day, like, it was funny because as I got older, I used to see my father do it. And my father, he was, alcoholic and did his thing. So I used to do this thing. He drunk, he just told me. But my father told me one day, like, no, I talk to myself.
Like,
that's how talk.
Yeah.
Like, there's moments where I'm home and I'm talking to myself. It's not because I'm fucking bugged.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to gain some type of understanding.
Plant the seed.
I do that shit all the time. My girl will be home and I'll be in the shower talking to myself. I have moments where I'm in the shower like practicing interviews and all that shit. Like I do all of that. Like I just got to that point, but within my own self, I'm my best therapist. Now I can figure out whatever the fuck I need to figure out within my own brain.
But that means that you're so in, like with yourself. Yeah, insightful. Like
but it takes a lot to get there. I'm not gonna sit here and be like I've always been that. Like
it's hard.
It takes a lot for you to get to a point where you can say, you know what, I can handle every aspect of myself. I can be able to recognize my fucked up shit and know when it's fucked up and address it. And I can also notice when I'm doing some good shit and pat myself in the back. Yeah. And that's it. I don't need nobody else to pat me in the back.
And that's a good balance too.
Yeah,
because you can't always just beat yourself up,
We all need it. I'm my greatest religion. That's how I feel.
That's hard.
That's deep.
But not everyone can do that, and that's why I wanted to create this platform just to give people that extra someone regular. Like what we usually do is like people come in and just give us a topic or give us what's on their mind. We just kick it as friends and just talk about it. Give you our advice, like whatever we think, barbershop talk.
Yeah.
Like people do that all the time, but with your friends you don't really talk about sometimes like real shit. Like you talk about real shit, but they know you, so sometimes it's biased.
Well, friends. This is my thing with people in general. I would never be able to rely on another person's word. I just can't. Because I know in moments where I've said some really smart shit and have offered some great advice, I was like, oh, fuck that person. Who probably shouldn't have been the best person to offer that advice. Or you might come to me for some honest, genuine shit, and I'll paint a perfect scenario of how things should go, and that not really be what it should be. So, I have a great core of friends, but I've also had friends, even my good friends, who not intentionally, but give me advice that weren't going to stir me in the right direction.
Right.
So I have to recognize that. In order for me to recognize that, I have to really be in here. Like I have to really take acknowledgement of myself, what I need to fucking own up to, what I don't need to own up to. A lot of the times, if you have friends, like, luckily a lot of my friends are in relationships now. So they're all kind of in the same path. But at a certain point, we're all fucking running around being thotties and dipping our fucking dicks wherever the fuck we can. And in the moments where we should have had someone say, you niggas is bugging, we need to chill the fuck out, we didn't have anybody to do that.
Right.
Exactly,
it wasn't that they were bad guys. It's just that no one was in that mental space. So for me, I don't need anyone to be in a certain mental space. I'm in my mental space.
Right.
And no one can fuck that up.
Yeah.
So I think more people should focus on getting there and not so much focus on another person's word. I think people should listen to other people talk and be able to figure themselves out more and what works for them instead of saying, all right, let me take that and let me do that.
Yeah, use that.
Right.
No.
But I think that 75% of people who are asking for it, just hearing yourself trying to formulate these feelings into words so that you can understand, look, this is the shit that I'm going through. 75% of that growth is you formulating those words. Like you said, you talk to yourself. So you have to let those feelings out because sometimes you don't know, what the fuck is anxiety? What the fuck is depression?
Yeah, I didn't realize, because I have suffered with depression, anxiety. I never went to my friends and say, I'm suffering with anxiety and depression. Right. And funny enough, one of my good friends is the king of dealing with depression and anxiety in an open forum. I've never went and said, I'm depressed. I'm going through shit. It wasn't because I didn't want the help. It was because I couldn't really find the help in another person. I needed to actually sit there and say, why the fuck am I depressed? Why am I going through this? What am I doing that's even causing this to happen? What am I not doing that's causing this to happen? They can't answer that for me because they don't live in my skin. They don't know what I do when I leave from them. They only see what I do with them.
Right.
So I now have to go ahead and analyze myself. I have to be able to do that. The only way I'm going to get better is by doing that. And that's all it is. And I think the moment people do that, It's why I'm so big on yourself being your religion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people, you know, believe in God, believe in what you want to believe in,
mm-hmm.
but that's not going to help you actually figure out who you are. You have to learn who you are, and then you can apply all the other things and figure out
piece of piece.
Yeah,
learn.
But you as a person, who are you?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you a fucked up person? I don't give a fuck how much church you go to. I don't care how much God you believe in.
Yeah.
Are you a fucked up person? Okay, you are? Cool. Now you can say that to yourself.
Right.
All right, how do I fix that? That's the first step. No one can answer that except yourself. So
that's hard.
I'm big on that.
That's really, really dope because a lot of people, they don't. Just to get to that, they won't figure that out. Like, that you have to.
People were trained to rely on others and other things to I don't want to disrespect anyone's religion. I don't want to disrespect anyone's beliefs, but a lot of people are trained to use those things as excuses. Like, oh, well, things are like this because that's how God made it. And that's just it. And, or, well, I'm going to just put it in God's hands. And it's like, no. Like, believe in what you want to believe in.
Yeah.
But you are still in control of yourself. You have to put that effort forth. I don't care how much God you believe in. God ain't going to sit here and find your way out of the fucked up person you are. You have to.
Right.
You have to.
There's no other way. Yeah, it's not. I don't want to get into religion, but that's on a whole nother shit. But, you know, you have to do it. You're the only one that's going to make it happen.
Yeah, that's it.
So why, like, you control everything.
Yeah. And that's
your health.
And that's what I'm big on. I'm big on now when I meet people, when I speak to people, usually my conversations are either on politics and God and religion. Because I feel like once we get those conversations out the way, I can really find out the type of person you are. And then I can find out if you're even someone I want to talk to after that.
Exactly.
Because I have strong beliefs, but I'm also not naive and I'm not closed-minded.
Right.
I've met a lot of closed-minded people. And once I find out that you're closed-minded, I don't even want to talk to you no more.
Right. We spoke about this in one of our podcasts. Is like, what, like, bad first dates. So, like, what would make you get up out of that seat if he's talking to
it's a few things. Conceitedness.
Definitely killed.
Conceitedness is the first.
But, like, I'm talking actually walk off.
I'll leave.
That's what I'm like.
I'll leave off the jump. Like, I'm brutally honest, and I've used my honesty as a trick into getting what I want at times. And I've also used it as, you know, excuses and stuff like that. Like, I know how to read certain people and see if my honesty is going to get what I want out of them, or if it's going to, like, make them not attracted to me at all. So I know when to use my honesty. And off the rip, like, if I walk in and you are a little too cocky for me as a female, I'm cool. I'll get up in a minute and I'll tell you, yo, nah.
That's what's up.
Like, I'll even take it as far as saying, you know what, I really just want to fuck you. So I mean,
exactly.
I'll have to try to combat it in a way to where now let's play this game.
Yeah.
Because being cocky and conceited is a game at this point. It's a game.
Yeah.
It ain't. You really believe that you're that dope? You really believe that? Okay, cool.
Almost down.
Cool. I'm gonna play this game with you too. So since you that dope, let me show you how dope I am.
What's up?
About you.
They probably want you more for that though.
And a lot of times it works. It's worked a lot of times.
You heard it here first, guys.
You heard
a lot of times. Yeah.
Well, what we're gonna ask you because what we did, we covered on because I call them chapters instead of episodes. Chapter 4, someone asked how to find a good guy. So we covered it. We talked about it. So we just real quick, because I know we on our time on how much time we got. But what can you tell the people? What could you give? Because we didn't want to talk about it. We figured might as well you got a beautiful relationship.
Yeah, beautiful.
Let me be. Okay, so now let me.
How to find a good girl? This is the question. How to
find a good girl? Let me be really honest, brutally honest.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know.
You never know.
It's a gamble.
How to find a good girl? You're saying
You never know.
You never know how.
Like me and my relationship started off very crazy. Like we had like a long distance relationship, and we broke up. I think I broke up with my girl like 17,000 times throughout it because we just went through so much and her insecurities, my insecurities, and it got to a point where I think I thought maybe we were just dealing with each other out of comfortability.
Okay.
And as I made the move out here, I really saw that no, this is really somebody. This is legit. But even then, do I know what she does every day? No, I don't. When she's at work, do I know exactly what she's doing? No. Do I know if she's actually? No. I just have to trust. I just have to give her that.
Preach.
And you know, if at some point she betrays that trust, I have to then decide what I want to do in that situation.
Right.
And that's it. But I don't think about it. Like I just don't. And if it does become a point where I do start to think like that, then I need to address why am I thinking
why
like
you even question
before I even get to her.
Yeah, exactly.
Why am I thinking like this? Right. So, and like with her, I tell her all the time, like, babe, like, you can't control this. Like, this is, our relationship is going to be what it's going to be. Like, you know, because we had a moment where I would go on tour. She would stress me out crazy. I'm like, yo, babe, I'm coming home.
Yeah.
So either you're going to let me come home, because if I'm on the road cheating, I'm on the road cheating.
Right.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You don't know.
I'm not on the road cheating.
Yeah.
But even in saying that doesn't prove to you that that's not what I'm doing.
Right.
So you have to trust me at some point. You have to just trust that this is going to be what it's going to be. And if it isn't, then you'll move forward how you want to. You're a strong enough woman that I will believe that you'll do the right things for you and vice versa.
Right.
And that's it. So there's no such thing as knowing you got the right person, how to find them. You just meet that person, you have that much faith in them, and you trust in them. Just like how people say they trust in God. Man, you've never seen God. You don't know what he looks like. You don't know if he's for real. You don't know. But you have that much faith in it, and you put that much hope into it that that's what it is. And that's what relationships are for me.
Yeah.
Just not just my girl, just friendships, everything. I just put
love.
I expect you to be flawed because I'm flawed. I expect you to do some shit that's gonna be fucked up. I expect you to do some things that might hurt me at some point, and I'll have to deal with it then. But you know,
so be open minded and go with your gut.
I just let life be what it is. Whatever happens, happens, and then we go from there.
That's deep.
Really, really hard. So songs about
straight facts over here.
Exactly, breaking news.
Yeah, I like that we didn't talk too much about music. A little bit.
I like to dibble dabble.
But I feel like these are the moments where I don't want to talk to people about music.
Yeah.
Like, go listen to the music.
And what is that? That's what I'm saying. Honestly, your talent speaks for itself. Like, we don't like.
Yeah, we know.
Appreciate that.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. We don't be like.
Appreciate that.
It's just once they hear, like, it's over. That's it.
For sure.
Oh God, Joe is dissing me in my group chat.
You heard it here first.
He's talking shit.
And Brandon. Oh God.
Songs about her 3. When we thinking any like not day wise, but you working on it.
Songs about her 3. I have no clue.
No clue.
But
we working.
Working on it. Like honestly, I'll be very honest with you. I'm very prepared for it to be probably the last joint that I really like put out. Like honestly, I don't know how much longer I see myself doing the indie thing and putting out projects. And you know, I would love to work with other artists. I would love to work behind the scenes more. Like a lot of the things
my heart
have been. No, a lot of listen. The funny thing is, a lot of my work has been more behind the scenes than it's been.
I figured that.
Out, you know, putting out projects. I put out projects just because I love albums. I love projects. I love the storytelling ability through an album. I love that craft. Like that's like I said, Michael, Kanye, those guys. I love being able to see how people can take a concept and turn it into something musically, and it all makes sense even though the music is all different. I love that. That's an art. Just like how a basketball player loves to see their form. I just love that. So I do that in the hopes that at some point I'm able to create just an amazing masterpiece. Like I'm still on my way of trying to create that masterpiece. Okay. So I think giving what I have now and being at the most free mentally and creatively that I've been, I want to be able to take this project and do that. If it takes me a year, it takes me a year. If it takes me, whatever. I want to be able to do that, put it out, whether 1,000 people hear it, whether 1 million people hear it.
Yeah, whatever.
That's what I'm doing for.
And then still behind the scenes stuff.
At the end of the day, I'll always be able to do something within music. My talents aren't just through singing. It's not just through writing. Mm-hmm.
What other stuff you enjoy doing? Like besides singing?
I love producing. A lot of people don't know is a lot of the records that I've done, production-wise, they all, I'll be home, I'll create the chords, I'll have a beat pattern, I'll come in here and I'll deliver it and it goes from there. Mm-hmm. So I love just the production aspect of projects. I also love the behind the scenes. I would love to be able to manage some artists. I would love to be able to build an empire of young, fresh talent who can go ahead and be heard. That's, acting. It's a bunch of different things that I would love to do. So I don't
limits are off.
Yeah, no, there's no limits to what I would want to do in the entertainment field. But at the end of the day, I have to create that masterpiece first. I have to do that. Once I do that, and once I can listen to it and say, this is a masterpiece. Like, it's funny because I have in the 7 projects that I put out, if I took 1 or 2 songs out of each project and put them all in one disc, it'd have been a masterpiece.
Make a playlist.
But it's not one project.
Yeah.
I have to get into a space where I can do that on one project.
Do you have a favorite song of yours?
No.
Yeah, it's just
no favorites. A lot of people love I'm Not Perfect. I'm so tired of that fucking song.
Oh yeah, what was it? Kevin Hart stuff?
I made that song in 2011.
Oh wow.
2010, 11. That song is fucking 7 years old.
I love Free. I'm the new one.
I love Free too. But even now, when in the moment of creating it, I love it. But now when I listen back to it, it's like, fuck, I could have did this.
Could have done differently.
Sonically, could have did this. The drums could have been harder. So now it's like, I'm like that. There's certain songs that now when I hear are fine. Like there's nothing else I would have ever done with it because they were fine how they were. Mm-hmm. But in certain records, I'm like, fuck, if I would have just held on to it and not been so anxious to put it out there. Even with the I'm Not Perfect song, I had no idea I was going to put that song on this project until making the project. And I said, you know what? It's not because I wanted it to be on the project. It's because so many people kept talking about the song, even within my close family, friends. I felt like, damn, y'all really feel this is my best song. And at some point, in order for me to create something better than that, I have to get rid of this fucking song. I have to feel like at some point, this is not the one song that y'all gonna hold to me forever.
Accountable for, yeah.
Yeah, I've made some great records in that time.
Yeah.
But obviously, this record sticks out there. So this is my best record. Cool. Let's get it out the fucking way. And now let me put the pressure on myself to now deliver something better than that. And, that's why I put it on this project.
Okay.
Here. Get it for free. There was a moment where I could have fucking sold the song and put it out and would have garnered a bunch of sales and
do all that.
But no, here, take this shit, get it out my fucking face. Let me create some new shit and let me do something that now exceeds that.
Yeah. It puts a lot of pressure on yourself. And then it always keeps out that coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
Out here.
Yeah.
I love the Other Side of Love.
That's one of my favorites. That is one of my favorites.
That's probably what I listen to the most. That's the one, that song I could.
Other Side of Love started, it's so funny because that song started, my friend Coron, he produced the beat, and the first draft of the beat was real rough. Sounded good,
Rough.
but it was real rough. And we sat with the song for a while. I didn't even think about the song. I didn't even listen back to it. And my boy Remo heard the record. He was like, "Yo, that shit hard. Yo, let me add something to it." And I'm like, "All right, cool." And he added the drums, gave it a different feel. I said, "Oh, this is." And then we created an intro for it. And the intro is very Michael Jackson. Yeah. Like if you hear the intro for Other Side of Love, it sounds like I was trying to fucking be Michael Jackson. Yeah. So it was like a blend, but then when you listen to the Other Side of Love song, it has no Michael influence. Like I think I was listening to like a Miguel song. And that's inspired me to write Other Side of Love. Like it kind of had that tone. I was like, I think Miguel sounds dope doing this. I was like, I fucking I'll leave this out. And then we built on it, and it came out really dope. Yeah,
I love that song. The whole Miss 4am, that was amazing.
Yeah, that Miss 4am. I love the Miss 4am record. The original version. Actually, the original version is Miss 4am. The second version of it, we did a duet with Seven Streeter. And we switched the whole topic. And I mean, not the topic, we switched the whole title. And it was a duet. Actually, it's on my audio hack. It's a dope record. Yeah. But we flipped it. And
it's made it completely different?
It's fucking fire. And Atlantic was supposed to put it out on Project. They never did. And she had a frustrated artist moment and just leaked it. It was like, fuck that one. I was like, oh, fuck, you just leaked this? Well, fuck it, I'm leaking my version. And I just put my version out.
Just put it out there.
Yeah. I mean, even with the I'm Not Perfect song, there's another very talented artist by the name of Kevin Ross, an amazing vocalist. And that song is a version of him singing that song.
Oh, really?
And I've never heard it, but I know he killed it because I know him as a vocalist. So at a certain point, he recorded that record back in 2012.
So right after.
I said, "Oh, yeah, I ain't gonna put this out." 5 years later, 6 years later, what we waiting on? Right. All right, cool, I'm gonna put it out. Y'all let me know when y'all figure it out. That's it.
I like that. Don't Come Running. I love Don't Come Back Running.
Don't Come Running. Joe used to bump Don't Come Running all the time. It's like, yo, this shit is hard. Joe. It's like, Joe, we need some money behind it. He's like, yeah, I know. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, no, that.
Then it got to, like, a lot of those songs were songs where, like, I messed up.
Yeah.
Like, the original version of that, no verse, no rap verse on it. Yeah. It was raw. I had put it on, like, a sampler CD. And it got towards the end of doing the songs about her, one project, and I was like, yo, Joe, let me just get a verse. And he, like, whenever Joe calls me to do a hook or something, or he calls me to come to the studio, I'm like, all right, do it. I come through.
Yeah, just do it.
This was the first time I had asked Joe to do a verse on anything. And he hits me with, all right, I got you. And it took like a month for him to do the damn verse. I'm like, yo, my nigga, like, I need this. He's like, nah, I got you. I just want to make sure it's perfect, man. I'm like, all right, whatever. So then he sent me back the verse, and it's amazing.
Exactly.
So then he does the verse, and around that time, we were all in the same house. Like Joe had his house in Toledo, and we would all be over there fucking partying and wilding out. And one day he's like, let's shoot a video. I'm like, all right, cool. What video are we doing? Because around the time we had songs together, we had some SOB songs. He had songs.
You guys had a lot around that time.
Yeah. He's like, let's shoot. I'm not hurt. He said, let's shoot. I messed up. I'm like, oh, word? And at this time, I'm still working with Kiss. So I'm thinking, oh, this is kind of generous of him to shoot
do
me
a video,
look.
Yeah.
And he's going to be in the video, and he's with Kaylin, and they were like Instagram heavy at the time. So I was like, oh, this is going to be a good look. And we do it, and then fucking people love the fucking song.
Yeah, that's really
so
amazing.
Things worked out. Things worked out.
Around it, yeah. That was really, really hard.
Amazing.
And that's cool the way that came about.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
I love the Think About Me video.
All right. I hope the director's not listening to this.
Yeah.
But I hate that.
You didn't like it?
Visually, I like it.
Visually, it was dope.
No, he shot it amazing. But as far as the concept, the story, like, I'm big on stories.
It didn't really match. Yeah, it didn't, like...
I'm big on storytelling. I didn't think that the video told what I wanted the video to tell. I thought the song was way more detailed. than what the video came across. But people liked it. Shout out to Ivy Maria, who's on the record and in the video with me. And
I like the last 2 seconds. That was hard.
Yeah, that was spur of the moment.
Killed it.
Like that was spur of the moment. Like the director's girlfriend was like, "Oh, you guys should do this." And it was like, "Oh," and then it made the whole video make sense.
That's
so it was like
yeah.
it was cool. But I'm very big on getting things. Like I'm a big movie buff. Like I'm a big Stanley Kubrick and Martin Scorsese and
yeah. So it has to match.
When I watch those guys, I'm kind of like, I want to do something like that. And
I get you, so it connects.
Yeah.
But it was really, it had a great look.
No,
that's what I'm saying. It looked fire,
and it was spur of the moment. He had drove down from Delaware, and he went to Joe's crib and he picked his spot. He was like, "Oh, shoot this!" Like we had other locations, and he came to Joe's crib and was like, "Oh, now we can shoot this whole shit here."
Yeah.
And luckily, Joe's a friend enough to say, "Well, fuck it." He left and was like, "I'll be right back." We shot the shit, and by the time he came back, we were fucking gone and done.
Damn.
So it was amazing.
But that last couple seconds was golden.
Yeah.
To me, that's what I think. Y'all gave me like almost chills when I saw. I was like, oh,
then I had my creep friends like, "Yo, who's shorty? Who the little snap chick with the little fatty on?"
Yeah,
it worked
after,
out.
right?
Yeah, because my girl wasn't letting me touch her.
Like, I had a feeling because I knew you had a girl. I'm like,
no, my girl didn't have that.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to shoot a video. No, I wanted to shoot a video for this song belongs to you.
Yeah, that was. I thought that was gonna go more. Because that was definitely huge.
My girl's not.
Because that would have been a wild video.
There's no way to do it.
You're right.
You know what's so funny? I still
no
want to do it because I think that song, currently, that song goes with this climate.
You're right. 100%.
So I still would want to do that video.
Right.
But she just gotta.
Yeah, because you're right. There's no way to do that without.
Gotta touch. You gotta have the strippers. You gotta have that feel. You gotta have all that. So if I can't do it that way.
She has to. What's her name?
Daisy.
Let's talk. Please, make this happen. Like that's gonna go. Like when I heard that, I thought it was over. Like
I honestly.
Didn't you like?
I honestly.
I thought it was over from there.
I'm gonna call her when we done.
Tell her, like I really
y'all can say, Daisy, we need the.
Yeah, no, we need that. Like because you can still do it. Like you definitely. Like,
I definitely will still do it.
Would you be okay if she's on set?
Yeah. I even told her you can pick the girl. Ooh. You can dress her. You can do whatever.
That's hot.
Yeah, like
do it. I don't care. And honestly, there's a way where I can do it where I don't have to be touchy feely. I can be creative.
You just chill.
But I just need to do that setting, and it has to make sense. And
that's different.
And no budge, not even a little nothing.
No, she had a budge in it, but like you know how when girls say, "Go ahead, babe, it's okay," but they don't really mean it's okay. Yeah.
But what did she feel about the song?
She likes like what's the great part about her is that she's like a full supporter of the music, but she's very removed from like she's not one of those girls who are like wants to be around. Like she's never come to the studio. She don't want to come to the show. She's like not beat for any of that shit. Like it's a rare find in her. Like I'm used to girls wanting to be. Yeah. Like I had a girlfriend who, when I first met her, she was a working girl and quiet and cool. And then once she came around me, she's a bartender. She got boobs and she did the now she went around and I don't know who else she fucking like that.
She turned
right. Yeah. But I don't think I turned it. I think I just exposed it and allowed her to become that. Because that's always what she wanted to be. With Daisy don't want to be that. So I'm happy I found somebody who's the balance.
What does Joe and anybody else say about that song? About Belongs to You? Like, did they say go with it?
Oh no, yeah, they love that song.
That's what, like that.
I think everybody who's heard.
I don't think
it's
a question.
Start a petition.
And just show it to her. Bring it to the crib.
Y'all gotta start it because listen,
I'll do it.
This Mexican woman, when she argues, and I ain't got time to.
She be going Spanish on your ass?
She's crazy. She's crazy.
Like I 100% thought it was over from that song. I was like, this is it. This is definitely like. You knew it was a single in a second.
Yeah. No.
Like that was really, and I'm not like putting sauce on it. I'm not.
No, I definitely would love to release it again. I mean, I'll put it on the next project.
That's what I'm saying. You definitely could do it.
I feel like when people say, "Oh, you already put that song out," like there's still a world of people who haven't heard these records. So for me, until the world hears them, they're not exposed. Yeah. So
and your fans would definitely like they're gonna rock it because they know the song.
Yeah, definitely. definitely. I mean, the Bryson Tiller Don't record took about a year to blow, to pop, like a year. Like I remember it being out on the SoundCloud shit and then building it up. It took a year.
Yeah, I remember.
And then it stayed big for a whole nother year. So you're talking about 2 years of a record working. Mm-hmm. I just put this record out in February. I'm not abandoning shit, but
yeah, it was recent because this is actually September 18th was recent. I mean, I know you said like I was surprised when you were already saying you were going to come out with something else.
Yeah, because most people were kind of like, wait, you're actually putting out something else in a year? Like we used to just one project.
Exactly.
A year,
yeah,
so.
I didn't think. Even when you said, I'm like, I wasn't thinking September. I'm thinking, January.
Nah, this was something where if I didn't do it on my birthday, it wouldn't make sense. The voicemail that my pops left. My pops passed in 2014, and that was one of the last voicemails I've had of him wishing me a happy birthday. And I said, yo, this would be so dope. Yeah, and then my family was like, they didn't know I had these, so. No one heard the music. I didn't send the music to anyone. Usually I would send the music to my friends and family before it comes out to hear and give me some feedback. I didn't send it to anybody.
You didn't even drop anything before.
No. And I sent it to my oldest sister. And she played it, and her and my nephews were in the car crying. Because it meant something for us. So, and then my little sister, she didn't hear it until the day it came out, and it caught her. It caught my mom's. It caught everybody how it needed, even my cousin who's like my right hand, he called me like, yo, you fucked me up. Like, I wasn't expecting Uncle Manny to be on.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So
the artwork, everything, like, even Gone Too Soon, man, that hit me. Like, my mom passed in 2014 as well. April.
Okay.
April 2014. And that hit me, man, when you put you put a clip, Instagram or Snapchat or something, when you put, and it was in the back.
Yeah, it's crazy because
that's when I first heard
that Gone Too Soon song. I couldn't listen to that song. For anyone who doesn't know, Gone Too Soon is a Michael Jackson song. I just remade it, and right after my father passed, I couldn't hear that song without crying. Every time I heard that song, it didn't matter if I was in a happy space. I didn't care. Every single time I heard that song and it hit that spot, that climax, I would fucking cry.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go into the studio. I'm going to do it. So I warned everybody, like, yo, listen, I'm letting you know, I'm going to record this song today. I might cry like a little bitch while I'm recording it. But just be prepared.
That's real.
I went in the booth. I recorded it. I didn't cry. And ever since then, I've not cried. Like, I had to get it out. Now I'm cool. Now I can hear this song and be fine. Yeah. It was something I needed to get out.
You have written that on Instagram, right?
Yeah. I needed people to understand that was hard to do for me, whether it came out sounding good or not. To do it.
Well, that's what I can imagine expressing. Like, I can't even listen to voicemails. I mean,
it's hard.
I don't know how.
It's hard.
I give you mad credit for that. Like,
it's something that honestly, that's what changed my perspective on just everything. It's my pops passing. Everything. You remember I same with me. Like, my mom. After that, everything is completely different. Like, well, my thing is only different because of the relationship me and my father had. Me and my father's relationship wasn't bad. Towards the end, it was good. It was that's my father. I'll kill somebody for him.
Right.
This and that. But growing up, we had a real rocky relationship on my part, because my dad was one of them dads where, whenever you need me, I'm here. But he wasn't like the get over here. Because he, him and my mother's situation was real rocky. And growing up as a kid, you take mom's side because that's who you see every day. And that's the one who's giving you life.
You as a boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm growing up with this animosity towards dad. Like, and funny enough, the same thing he went through is what now I have to work through. So as I have kids, I had to sit back and say, oh, this is what you were. I get it now. But it got to a point where it was too late to express that because we already were. Like, I never had conversations with my dad about sex. Okay. Like, I have more conversations with my dad about, have more conversations with my moms about sex and different things because I was more comfortable with her.
Of course, yeah. When you don't,
No,
when you get to that age, I feel like there's a certain, because actually me and my father, same thing. I can't. It's just not. We're close now, but we didn't really kind of get close because it was the same thing. You know, they weren't other than my mom. And I guess just at that point, it just doesn't. You don't that comfort or that connection just isn't there. Like you love them, they love you. You got them, they got you.
The comfort was not there. The comfort wasn't there at all. To just even have conversations. I think at one point, I think the real last serious conversation I had with my dad, I remember it down to the month before. It was March, and I had just get into a new situation with my youngest son's moms, and kind of we were going through it, and I was kind of like checked out, and I went and I sat and talked with him. And as we're talking, I'm getting the feedback, and I'm looking at him like, yo, this is weird. Because I'm comfortable to have this conversation now, but I'm watching it, I'm like, yo, this is weird. I didn't even know what was weird about it.
It just felt,
And I left his house and called my older sister and was like, yo, something don't seem right with Bob. Like, I don't know, like, just the vibe.
Yeah.
And then April hit, he got sick. Went to the hospital. He came out, which later turned out to be that he checked himself out, he was supposed to stay in. He checked himself out. He was sick all of May. And May 31st, he went into the hospital. June 7th, he passed. And I never had a chance to really like say, you know what, I get it. I get why you were the way you were. I understand why you moved the way you move. And while it might have not been at the benefit of me as a kid, but as a man, it's been the best thing I could have ever learned. Like, I could only pray that all the things that my sons might be missing out on in the younger years, as they get older, they can grab something from it.
Of course.
So, you know, it's you got to take your good and you got to take your bad. And that was just like an eye opener. So from that moment forward, I was like, oh, I get it. And, you know, I was one of those guys that I was like, I don't want to ever grow up to be like my dad. And then he passed. I was like, fuck, I'm never going to be this ill of a nigga. Like, my dad was an ill guy. Like, he didn't bother nobody. He didn't stress nobody out. He didn't bring stress to people's lives. He stayed to himself. He was just one of them guys that when you saw him, he brought good times. And when you didn't see him, he didn't bother you. He stayed to himself. That was it.
What sign was it?
My pops.
I believe
my pops. Damn, what the fuck was he? March 1st is what? I think it's an Aries. Is that no? That's not Aries. That's Pisces. Yeah. Okay. So, you know, he was that. He's that guy. Like now, like when you know, I'm not big on the heaven concept and all that, but he's the guy like if he is, let's just say by chance I'm wrong, and he's watching, I'm now moving with the thought like, all right, you watching,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
Let me try to move a little correct because this shit can go left and
exactly. It makes you see life completely different.
Yeah.
But thanks, man, so much for sharing everything. Like that's.
I appreciate y'all, man.
No, like thanks a lot for coming through. I mean, belongs to you. We're gonna make it happen.
I'm texting her now and saying that.
Yeah, no, for real. Like I'm not even joking. We just gotta do it. Just don't listen and get to it again. It could work. Also, just want to let the listeners know we're still doing our Wings and Visions. Also, let you know about what we do. Because obviously with the podcast we do that, and then as well I have this thing called Wings and Visions. So every Wednesday night at Applebee's, local in Jersey, at Applebee's in Garfield, I do people free vision boards. I don't know if you ever heard of a vision board.
Yeah.
So I make people a free vision board and free game plan. Buy them an appetizer. We just kick it, chill, do like some life coaching.
Dope.
But just regular people, shit. Like I'm not qualified, any of that, whatever. But sometimes you don't really have when you have your friends, you just venting. Sometimes I feel like about it, but you don't have someone to say, okay, like are you going through this? Okay, how are we gonna get there?
Right.
Or like what are your goals and how are we gonna get there? You just vent, you kick it. Oh yeah, life's whatever. I work today, bullshit. But you don't have that next extension. We're just a regular person.
Right. That's dope.
So I wanted to give people that. We do that every Wednesday. Every Wednesday at the Applebee's in Garfield. Like I say, you kick it, come. It's free. I do it all free. Buy you an appetizer. You don't gotta pay a dime, and we just kick it. Make sure it should happen.
That's dope. We
got that going on, and songs about her 3, And actually today, because it's going to be dropping on Monday.
So yeah. Since today's Monday,
Yep.
you got to go ahead and pick up September 18th. It's so weird that to say September 18th is dropping on October 2nd. But it dropped on September 18th.
I think it's dope, it's dope though still, because now, I mean, like when you said September 18th is dropping on September, it might be a little confusing for people.
Yeah. But yeah, you can go ahead and pick it up. All streaming and download sites. Yeah, just go check it out.
Everywhere.
The next project will be coming at whenever it comes, and
whenever it comes.
Hopefully it won't be too long. Hopefully I'm
make it long, man. Just no.
As long as I'm in a good creative space,
as a fan,
it'll come. But
we'll see. Like I said, make sure let life flow.
Mm-hmm.
Let life flow.
No pressure.
Yeah, let life flow. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, I gotta go through things. I gotta go through a few things before I can just put out projects. That's when I make the best music.
Okay. The last thing we do at the end of our show too, we usually just give a shout out to something we think is dope, like that we just think that people maybe not know about, a restaurant or whatever, a TV show. I mean, you just want to put people on. You think something dope, like a shout out to
vibrators.
Wait a minute. Time out. What?
Whatever.
No, work here.
I'm gonna help you out of where I want to put on.
All right, yeah, put us on,
fellas. By chance, if you don't venture off into the world of pleasing your girl with other objects, where's the camera? Which one? Can I look in it?
Which one is?
Whichever you want.
Go buy a vibrator. A really good one. Don't buy some bullshit. Not the little tall. Buy the one that curves so that you can use it in different directions. And use that. It's only so much you can do at once with your dick. It's only so much you can do with your fingers at once. But with a vibrator too, she'll love you.
Yo, we gotta actually get a brand. Maybe helping me get a sponsor right now.
I'm definitely getting into the porn business at some point. I don't care what Daisy says. Actually, I'm gonna get me a distribution company. I'm in LA. Why not?
Hey,
fellas,
I should tell him my
get you.
I should tell him my other idea off when we stop recording.
Oh yeah, off.
Maybe, right? Maybe
I have to film his reaction to that.
Hey, Daisy, I have nothing to do with this.
Yeah, it's not.
They're just gonna tell me.
It's just business. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Cool. Whatever works.
Nah, but shout out to the vibrators. Get your vibrator.
Yeah, go pick one up.
Any vibrator companies you want to hit me, I'm down. I'm with it. Hitomi. Anything you want to shout out for today?
Oh.
Well, I mean.
To be honest, despite what this guy says, go to Roscoe's, man.
I was gonna you stole my shit, yo.
Yo, we were just like fucking flabbergasted. And then Obama was there too. They had pictures of Obama everywhere.
Obama everywhere.
Is he?
No.
That should be a song like Uber everywhere. But shout out to Roscoe's. Yeah, doing your thing with the whole gravy and the waffles and the chicken. Oh my god.
Yeah, that shit was hard. She just totally stole mine. But I'm going to go with Venice Beach. That shit was dope for over here, too. Like, you put us on, I wouldn't, you know. And that shit was actually really cool. I mean, that was probably the best part so far, like, besides this. Like, it was a dope little spot. Because, you know, in Jersey and, like, New York, like, we got boardwalks, we got beach.
But it was a place where everybody was doing their thing. Like, we saw people spray painting. We don't see that.
They're all in their own vibe. They have the little workout spaces. Yeah. They have... bunch of little weed shops. They have the skateboarding joint. My homeboy, shout outs to my man D, because he came out here I think last month, and D is like this real muscular dude, and you know he gets on a skateboard and busts his ass. But he had a great time. But yeah, Venice is dope. I think whenever people get a chance to come out here, there are certain, like, people like to go to the Hollywood Walk of Fame and all this other shit. Just come to Venice and go chill out, watch the people, and just relax. Yeah,
that's exactly what we did. We just watched it. I mean, we just chilled. All that shit, like I said, there's nothing. The people doing the flips and stuff like that, I've seen that. But it was still just so dope. They put a really good performance on. It was dope. So if y'all in Cali, check out Venice Beach. And other than that, y'all, that is it.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm glad you came out to LA.
September 18th, today, all streaming networks.
Go pick it up.
Or else. For sure. And get ready, because we're really going to put this petition out for Belongs to You.
Yeah.
All right? So the info will be there. Sign that shit. All right? Let's make this shit happen. All right, y'all. Peace.
Bye.